Don't. Honestly, I think everyone kind of goes through that beginner phase of wasting a little time in the gym because you're just doing random, you're not eating enough, and simply don't know what to do. Your booty can grow. My goal is to help you stop wasting your time and grow a fatty. All right, I'm gonna get right into my favorite part, which is progressive overload. Simply growing that muscle and getting stronger, upping the weight, and upping the weight consistently to keep you growing. You don't want it to get easy for you.
If you want to grow your glutes
Specifically fast, and you want it to be easy, click out of this video and call Dr. Miami and get you a BBL. So essentially, we want to break those muscles down to build them back up, bigger, better, stronger. And your leg day routine doesn't have to include 10 exercises or anything crazy. I personally change mine up from time to time, but it's very important that you choose a regimen that works for you and you stick to it. When you're first starting, you're probably gonna want to change stuff around often, which is okay. You figure out what feels right for you, what you like, what makes your ass burn the best. Stick with that. I personally do 2 leg days a week, and 1 is glute and hamstring focused, and then I have 3 days to recover, and the second leg day is quad focused. How I do it, I'm technically still feeling it in my booty. I've started from nothing, built the ass, lost the ass, built again. First leg day, hammies, glutes. First and foremost, always stretch, do dynamic stretching. I will never skip rolling out with my foam roller. Some people say it's literally the most unimportant thing. I couldn't live without it. Do what you gotta do to warm up, but make sure you're not going into your workout cold. Now let's get into the actual workout. Compounds are very important. A compound is anything like a squat, bench, deadlift. These are super important for building strength and hypertrophy. Hypertrophy, essentially your muscles getting bigger, more visible. On my glute day, my first compound is always glute bridges. These are gonna be so important for your glute growth. Some people are scared to do these at the gym, especially when you're just starting off. Don't be, okay? Exposure therapy yourself, get down to the nitty gritty and do it. Let the fear go, okay? I see men at my gym doing glute bridges, and I'm like, yeah, as you should, king. Grow that ass. And honestly, I promise no one is judging you. And if they are, just know they're never gonna have like yours. I do 3 to 4 sets. 4 sets if I started with lower weight and can still go harder and farther. I go super heavy on these, as heavy as I can, and I go close to failure as possible. On your last set, you truly want to be giving your all. Your first few sets, you don't have to go fully to failure. You should aim for like 2 to 3 reps left in the tank, meaning if you did 2 to 3 more reps, you'd be at failure. You couldn't do any more. Also, if you're able to do more than 12 reps, absolutely up the weight. Don't make it easy for yourself, okay? On your last set, you should be concerned about a hernia, okay? Each week, you should be upping the weight little by little, focusing on that mind-muscle connection as well as getting the proper technique and form down. You want to take the movement slow and feel the burn. Next, after our compound, which is glute bridges, we're going to move on to abductors. Abductors are your outer hip and thigh muscles, and this is how you move right there. With these, you want to be really intentional in using your glute muscle to contract and move the machine instead of using your whole entire leg, if that makes sense. This is where the mind-muscle connection plays in. These will burn and you might want to give up, but I promise you, with consistency and a positive mindset, eventually you'll be looking forward to these because they make such a world of difference. Really great burn. Focus on literally like squeezing that muscle that's right at the top of your glutes. Also focusing on time under tension, which time under tension is essentially how long your muscles stay engaged. This is important with every exercise. Specifically abductors, I really focus on that and just keeping them burning. This one I typically do way more reps than normal, up the weight, or I'll do really high weight and do like 6, 8, and then I'll lower the weight and do a superset, change the weight as quickly as possible and rep them out more, lower the weight again, rep them out more until you're burning and it's gonna be hard to stand up. So again, 3 to 4 sets. For these, I do AMRAP. I do as many reps as possible. Next one, you've probably seen on TikTok.
Y'all listen to at the gym. Like, my music will be anything. There's always gonna be multiple genres being played at every session at the gym ever. What do y'all prefer to listen to? One Direction, King Von, Slipknot. But yeah, let's do kickbacks now.
Blue cable kickbacks. These can be hard. These don't always come easy, and it can honestly take multiple weeks to really get the groove and figure out how you personally need to adjust your stance to really feel it You can also hit multiple different parts of your glutes with kickbacks. We're gonna focus on the upper glute area. That's gonna help the bubble butt look. The more you focus on engaging that specific muscle, the more it's gonna break it down and grow it. I typically keep a small bend in my standing leg as well as in my hips and hold onto the pole in front of me. And then I turn my working leg slightly out to help engage the upper glute muscle like I was talking about. And then I focus on using that muscle to raise my leg. Next, I do step ups, which I used to never do. And now I feel like I
cannot stop.
On my other gym, I use boxes for my step up, but they don't have boxes here. They have these thingies though, but I'm probably gonna use one of those mats.
These again are a little harder. You also might need to take some extra times to truly feel this in the right spot. A tip with these is to stabilize yourself with one arm on the pole in front of you, but focus on not using this to pull you up and just to stabilize you, and truly focus on using your glute muscle to pick you all the way up every single time. Again, try and go slow on the way down. Like, these ones are genuinely so hard. Lastly, I do a form of RDLs and or hamstring curls, which you should definitely be doing hamstring curls. I neglect them. Don't have a good excuse, but I did pull my hamstring once, so sometimes it flares up. But to be honest, that could flare up during any exercise on leg day, so I'm really just dramatic. Also, the leg curl machine at my gym also sucks. And we don't have a line leg curl. If you have a line leg curl machine at your gym, oh my god, so good, you need to do it. I've been doing this weird but fun version of RDLs, but I really like it. So many different variations. There's one-legged ones, there's both-legged ones, there's straight leg RDLs. But no matter what, as long as your booty is burning,
You're doing great.
Day one.
glutes and hammies. Glute bridges, abductors, kickbacks, step-ups, or both, preferably both. RDLs, hamstring curls. Also, neither of these leg days incorporate calves anymore. I used to hit calves every single leg day. Sometimes I stopped and now I look like I have chicken legs. Or hit calves, for the love of God. Like, for the love of your physique. I really need to take that advice and maybe I'll get into it. Maybe I'll start hitting the calf or two. To make this quicker, just because it's less glute focused, I'm just gonna run right through the exercises that I do. Quad day. This was originally my absolute favorite muscle to grow because how I got into lifting was junior year of high school. We did squats. I was hitting above 200 for my PR and I was like, whoa, I love this. So fun, and I'm going hard again. Anyway, back to you. The compound I normally start with is squats. You want to focus on engaging the glutes and quads. Again with this, squats are so unique to everyone. You can also do sumo squats, close leg squats, really crazy depth all the way to the grass squats, which are great for your ass. No matter what, if you're focusing on quads this day, engage your quads. A tip is to turn your feet slightly out and want to keep your glutes engaged. Next is the adductor machine. So this is the muscles inside thighs that make you go in. Goal crushers, okay. And you want to use this machine the same way you use it for abductors, superset, squeeze that shit, don't give up. Next, quad extensions. You should have a quad extension machine at your gym, and these are a must. I love these. It can be hard on your knees, as can all of this. That's why, for one, warm up is super important, and rest and recovery as well. You know, I normally just go right into my working set, into my first set. My knees pop on the first rep every time, which is so stupid. Like, I could avoid that if I just did a little more warm up right before I do that. Warm your knees up before you get on this hoe, but 3 sets, almost to failure. That last one to failure. 4 sets if you still have reps left in the tank, and go heavy. Next are Bulgarian split squats, which are a great option, and you can actually do these to target your glutes or your quads. So I'm going to show both variations of that. And doing a bilateral movement like this is great for any muscle imbalances and to make sure that you're growing evenly on both sides. All right, and lately my personal favorite is heavy sumo squats with a dumbbell. My gym's dumbbells only go up to 100, but don't fret. Once you get super high and there's no option to go higher, you can do more reps and you can slow down your reps more, make them harder for yourself, spend time at the bottom, do a little bounce, keep that time under tension. If you're like, oh, my leg days are so easy, I feel like I'm not sore anymore. Okay, then go harder, up the weight. Sorry, that sounded mean. I want your ass to be fat, okay? I'm here for you. Remember, as you keep upping the weight, heavily focus on keeping good form and technique. I promise you, it'll save you a world of hurt. You want to avoid injury. You also just want to use good form in general. Now, working out is truly just half of the battle because nutrition is so important for growing the glutes of your dreams. You should ideally be in a slight calorie surplus, which you can actually calculate online using an already made calculator. I don't personally track anything anymore because I can pretty much intuitively track in my head, and really all I track is protein. Carbs, fats are also really important, as well as calories. That way you know you're eating enough. But after a while, you honestly start to get an idea and a feel for if you're eating enough. How you feel too. You'll know if you have enough carbs or not, because if you are drained and feel depleted and weaker, maybe you need some more carbs. But honestly, tracking has always just been a little too much work for me. A lot of people will tell you it's absolutely imperative. Is that a word even? Trigger warning and disclaimer: if you have had or think you have the tendency to have disordered eating, please don't take this advice. Please don't take this advice. Like, go to a dietitian. But in order to actually gain that muscle, you need to be in a caloric surplus. And honestly, this is why people do bulks and cuts. You don't gotta do all that crazy. A good rule of thumb is 1 pound of protein. No. A good rule of thumb is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I think when I started, I was doing 1.5. And you know what? My booty grew. Like, I'm gonna put the credentials in again. This was June, and this was November. Like, I did that shit, okay? And also thanks to creatine, which we'll get into. Personally, I try and get around 30 to 35 grams of protein per meal, and then I'll supplement the rest with protein shakes and protein bars or other healthy high protein snacks. Because honestly, protein bars, protein shakes aren't the best form to get your protein. You should really aim to get your protein by Whole Foods. It's gonna be better for your mind, body, and soul. All right, we're almost to the end, guys. You're about to know exactly how to get a fatty. Don't sleep on rest and recovery. Aim to hit 8 hours of sleep at night, at least. I know personally that is so hard for me to do. I work so much, I'm so busy. I go to the gym, and I have a whole bunch of other hobbies. I have a life, I have a job, and I'm sure all of you do too. But honestly, incorporating the gym into your life can really help you schedule your life better, get on track. Your muscles are literally recovering while you sleep, so really, you're growing your glutes in your sleep. It's also so important to give your muscles time in between leg days. You don't want to be doing 5 leg days a week. And if you're like me, I know sometimes it can be really hard to find time, build your appetite up, and know what to eat, but literally look up meals and snacks that are good for muscle recovery and eat those before and after your workouts. All right, drink your water. This is a non-negotiable. And if you do drink enough water, I highly recommend taking creatine. You can look up all the scientific facts and how it works. I love it so much. There's so many benefits. There can be side effects like bloating and digestive issues. Look at. Finally, stay consistent, set your goals, don't give up. It's not easy, but it's so worth it. Pancake to peach. Right, I truly hope that you are able to watch this video and get tips from it. I'll plan on making more in-depth workout routine videos eventually. I hope you enjoy your new glute growing journey, and I'll see you soon.